For to me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. That's the headline. That is the single most important takeaway from the life of the Apostle Paul, and it's found in Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. It is a statement that defies logic, ignores self-preservation, and flips the script on how we perceive success and failure. Honestly, it's one of the most provocative sentences ever written in the history of the world. Now, let's set the scene. Nico here. I want you to picture a Roman prison. It's not a modern facility with lights and air conditioning. It's damp. It's dark. The smell of stone and sweat is everywhere. Paul is sitting there chained. He doesn't know if the next sound at the door is a guard bringing food or an executioner bringing a sword. He is waiting for a trial that could end his life. Most people in that situation would be writing letters of complaint or maybe a desperate plea for help. They'd be focused on the injustice of it all. But not Paul, not this man. Instead of fearing death, he declares that dying would actually be a gain. Wait, let that sink in for a moment. To die is gain? How does that even make sense in our world today? In our culture, we spend billions of dollars trying to avoid death. We buy creams to look younger, we exercise to live longer, and we avoid the topic of mortality at all costs. Death is the ultimate loss, right? We lose our possessions, our relationships, our breath, our future. But Paul says it's a gain. Why? Because he had a singular purpose that redefined everything about his existence. To understand why he said this, we have to look back. Paul wasn't always this way. He used to be Saul of Tarsus, a man of power, a man of prestige, and a man of violence. He was a high-ranking religious leader who spent his days hunting down Christians. He thought he was doing God a favor by destroying the church. He was the center of his own universe. But then, the Damascus Road happened. A light brighter than the sun, a voice from heaven, and a total collapse of everything he thought he knew. He met Jesus Christ face to face. In that moment, Saul died and Paul was born. His ambitions, gone. His priorities, shifted. His goals, completely rewritten. He realized that everything he had achieved was rubbish compared to knowing Christ. So when he says to live as Christ, he isn't just using a catchy religious slogan. He is describing his new operating system. Christ was now the very center of his life. Think about a wheel. The hub is the center. If the hub is off, the whole wheel wobbles and eventually falls apart. For Paul, Jesus was the hub. Every spoke of his life connected there. His relationships, his travels, his writing, even his suffering, it all revolved around Jesus. If Christ wasn't at the center, Paul's life wouldn't have made any sense at all. But it goes deeper. Christ was also the source of his strength. I mean, think about what this man went through. He was shipwrecked, beaten, stoned, and left for dead multiple times. How do you keep going after that? How do you not give up? You can't do that on human willpower alone. You just can't. Paul's secret was that his strength wasn't his own. He famously said in another letter that he could do all things through Christ who strengthens him. It was an internal power source that the prison walls couldn't touch. Then there's the purpose. Christ was the purpose of his ministry. Paul didn't care about building a personal brand or getting more followers for the sake of his own ego. His entire mission was to make Christ known. Whether he was speaking to a king or a jailer, the message was the same. He was a herald, a messenger for someone far greater than himself. And finally, Christ was the hope of his future. This is where the to die and the gain part comes in. Paul knew that this life, as important as it is just the beginning. He viewed life like a long journey away from home. Death, for a believer, isn't a dark alleyway into nothingness. It's the front door to the Father's house. He said that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So if he stayed alive, he got to serve Christ. If he died, he got to be with Christ. It was a win-win. Imagine living with that kind of freedom. If you aren't afraid of death, what can the world really do to you? It loses its leverage. It loses its power to intimidate you. This leads us to some very important lessons for our own lives today. Because let's be honest, most of us aren't sitting in a Roman prison, but we are often prisoners of other things. We are prisoners of our own anxiety, our need for approval, or our pursuit of material wealth. We live as if this world is all there is, and that makes death a terrifying prospect. But what if Christ were the center of our lives? What if every decision we made about our careers, our families, our money, was filtered through the question, Does this honor him? When Christ is the center, our perspective on everything changes. Success is no longer about a paycheck. It's about faithfulness. Failure is no longer a catastrophe. It's an opportunity to trust. And we have to realize that our purpose is to serve him wherever we are. You don't have to be a missionary in a foreign country to live for Christ. You can live for him in an office. You can live for him in a classroom, in a hospital, or while you're raising children at home. Every square inch of this earth belongs to God, and every moment is an opportunity to glorify him. Now, let's talk about the fear of death. It's a real thing. But as believers, we have an assurance that changes the narrative. We have the promise of eternal life with Jesus. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's based on the historical reality of the resurrection. Because Christ rose from the dead, we know that death has been defeated. The sting is gone. So we should live each day with eternity in view. I like to think of it as investing in a currency that doesn't devalue. The things of this world, they're all going to burn up eventually. But the things we do for Christ, the love we show, the truth we speak, the people we lead toward him, those things have eternal value. They are the gain that waits for us on the other side. I want to challenge you today with some hard questions. And trust me, I'm asking myself these same questions. First, is Christ truly the center of your life? Honestly, if someone looked at your bank statement or your calendar, would they see Christ? Or would they see a life centered on comfort, entertainment, or self-promotion? Second, are you living for his glory or for your own desires? When you pray, are you asking God to join your plans, or are you asking to join his? And finally, the big one. If today were your last day on this earth, if the doctor gave you the news or the accident happened, could you honestly say, to die is gain? If the answer is no, then maybe it's because you're holding on to things that can't be taken into eternity. Maybe your life is currently something other than Christ. But here's the good news. It's never too late to shift the center. It's never too late to surrender. Paul's declaration is a standing invitation to every single one of us. We are called to live for Christ today so that we can look forward to being with Christ forever. A life fully surrendered to Jesus is never, ever wasted. It is the only life that truly lasts. Think about the legacy of Paul. 2,000 years later, we are still talking about him. Not because he was a great man in himself, but because he served a great God. His words have brought comfort to millions in their final hours. They have given courage to martyrs and hope to the grieving, all because he decided that his life wasn't his own. So as we wrap this up, I want us to take a moment of reflection. Let's not just listen to these words and move on to the next thing on our to-do list. Let's let them settle in our hearts. Living for Christ means that even the mundane moments matter. It means that when you're stuck in traffic, you can honor him. When you're dealing with a difficult person, you can reflect him. It means that your identity is secure no matter what happens to the economy or your health. You are a citizen of a kingdom that cannot be shaken. That is the power of to live as Christ. And when we finally reach the end of our earthly journey, we won't be looking back with regret. We won't be clinging to the dirt of this world. We will be looking forward with joy. We will be ready to enter his presence and hear those words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." That is the ultimate gain. That is the prize Paul was running toward. In conclusion, Paul's challenge is our challenge. Don't settle for a small life. Don't settle for a life centered on yourself. It's too heavy a burden to carry, and it doesn't lead anywhere good. Instead, choose Christ. Make him the source, the center, and the goal. Live for him today, and you will find that even death cannot take away your joy. Before I go, I want to leave you with a prayer. It's a simple one, but it's a prayer of total surrender. Let's pray to get there. Wherever you are, Lord Jesus, help me to live each day for you. Be the center of my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Help me to see my life through the lens of eternity. Give me the courage to serve you faithfully, even when it's hard, until the day I see you face to face. I want my life to be a reflection of your love. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for joining me for this brief look into the heart of Paul's message. Go out today and live like someone who knows that the best is yet to come. I'm Nico, and this has been a look at Philippians 1:21. Wait, before I actually sign off, let's think about one more thing. If Paul could say this in a prison, what's stopping us from saying it in our current circumstances? Think about that today. Whether you are in a season of plenty or a season of want, the truth remains the same. Christ is enough. He was enough for Paul, and he is enough for you, truly. Okay, that's the real conclusion. Live for him, serve him, and find your peace in him. See you next time. Actually, let's dig just a little bit deeper into that phrase, to die is gain before we go. It's such a radical concept that I think we need to explore the why one more time. In the Greek language that Paul used, the word for gain refers to interest on money or a profit in business. It's an accounting term. It means your balance sheet just went up. Paul was saying that moving from earth to heaven wasn't a loss of assets. It was a massive increase in net worth. Why? Because on earth, we see Christ in a mirror dimly. We have his spirit, yes. We have his word, but we don't have his physical presence. We still struggle with sin, with pain, and with the limitations of these physical bodies. But the moment we die, we gain perfect clarity. We gain a glorified body. We gain a world without tears, without mourning, and without death. We gain the fullness of joy. So when Paul looked at his chains, he didn't see a tragedy. He saw a temporary situation. He knew that the worst thing the world could do, kill him, was actually the best thing that could happen to him. That is a bulletproof mindset. If you believe that death is gain, you are essentially invincible in spirit. No threat can move you. No fear can paralyze you. I mean, how do you stop a man like that? You can't. If you put him in prison, he converts the guards. If you threaten to kill him, he says, great, I get to go home. That's the kind of faith that changed the Roman Empire. It wasn't through political power or military might. It was through people who lived for Christ and weren't afraid to die for him. They had a hope that the world couldn't understand. And that same hope is available to you and me right now in the middle of our 21st century lives. It's not just for the super Christians or the apostles. It's for the student, the plumber, the tech worker, and the retiree. It's for anyone who calls on the name of the Lord. So as you go about your day, I want you to carry that gain mentality with you. When things go wrong, remember that your true treasure is safe in heaven. When things go right, give thanks to the source of all good things, but don't let those things become your life. Keep Christ as the center, and you'll never be disappointed. Think about the people in your life who don't have this hope. They are living for things that are fading away. They are terrified of the end because they think the end is a loss. How can you show them that to live is Christ? How can your life be a witness to the gain that is found in Jesus? Sometimes it's just by having peace when everyone else is panicking. Sometimes it's by being generous when everyone else is hoarding. Sometimes it's by speaking words of life in a culture that is obsessed with death and outrage. Your life is a sermon, whether you realize it or not. Make sure it's a sermon that points to the one who conquered the grave. Make sure it's a sermon worth listening to. Paul's life was a short one by modern standards, but it was a full one. He didn't waste a single day. He didn't leave anything on the table. He gave it all to Christ. And when he finally did face that executioner, I believe he did it with a smile on his face. He knew he wasn't losing his life. He was finally starting his real life. That is the goal. That is the finish line. Let's run toward it with everything we've got. Let's live for Christ today and every day after that. Okay, I've said it all now. I hope this encourages you. I hope it challenges you. And I hope it changes the way you look at your life and your future. This is Nico signing off for the final time today. Keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the only one who can turn your losses into gains and your death into life. Take care.
When trials come and shadows fall, your faithful love will conquer all. Your spirit leads me day by day until I see your glorious face. No fear of death can hold me now. I've placed my life before your cross. Whether I live or whether I die, my joy is Christ, my greatest prize. I'll praise your name through every day until I'm home with you always. Take is Christ. To die is gain forever. My hope is sure, my soul is free. Jesus gave his life for me. King of kings, my Lord, my friend, I worship you without end.